We're at the Playboy Club London for poker's newest innovation. Our 12 players will be tested in 3 different disciplines of the game in a bid to seek out a more complete poker player. It's a test not just of skills, but also of nerve and tactical gameplay, as our 12 players battle to earn league points to get them onto the final table. Here's how both of our groups stand after the no-limit hold'em heat was played. In Group A, James Dempsey took the maximum 16 points by winning the heat and is in first place after using his double up card. Remember, each player gets to use their double up card in one of the 3 disciplines to earn themselves twice as many points. In Group B, it was Andrew Feldman who came out on top, but a terrible start for Yevgeny Timoshenko means that he's lying at the bottom of the table, yet to get off the mark. After 3 games, the top 3 players in each group will meet in a mixed game final. Where players are tied in the league, the player with the highest finishes will progress. Our 2 groups are now playing Pot Limit Omaha. The first half of the field began their match last time, and here's what happened.
Last time, Tony G ripped the table apart in record speed.
What a start. Just winning every hand. Completely qualified.
On your mark.
Points leader James Dempsey opened the group right up with a 6th place finish. Matt Giannetti took a rough beat at the hands of Jennifer Tilley and followed him out the door.
I read a book. That's what the book said.
Are you laughing at me?
If I win, I'm going to write a book about Pot Limit Omaha.
Oh my God, I don't know what to do. I'm such an idiot.
PLO is a high variance game, and you've had a real roller coaster so far. Talk to us about the tournament.
Well, you know, I've been sort of like learning as I go, and in the very beginning it looked pretty desperate. I lost like a third of my stack right off the bat, trying a really stupid bluff. And then I think once I firmly established myself as a table idiot, then I sort of started to get the hang of it. And obviously I got very lucky in a couple of places, so now I'm second in chips, and I'm feeling good because I kind of know the table. I think I have the hang of the game. Mike Sexton is wrong. It doesn't take a lifetime to master. It takes like an hour and a half to master.
Gave him the twitch.
Players are back from a break. I'm with Mike Sexton. Mike, we're still 4-handed, and the players adjusting to Jennifer Tilley having gotten all these chips.
Well, just incredible. Jennifer playing Omaha for the first time probably ever. Reading a book before she got over here to learn how to play. The game was on the short stack with 6 players left. Has fought her way back into second chip position, and she's definitely the buzz of the tourney right now.
Pescatore now 4th in chips. He's the only player at the table using his double up card.
Well, Jesse, for the viewers just turning in, they're not going to understand what's going on here. Explain to them the point system and what you have to do to reach the finals.
Absolutely right. It's the top 3 players at the end of these 3 disciplines, 3 heats, that will go to the final table. Of course, you get points, not money, for where you finish in the 3 different games. And each player has a double up card that they can use in one of the heats to get double points. Now, the wrinkle is that both Tony G and Luke Schwartz have already used their double up card, and they had very poor results. Max Pescatore is using his double up card this heat.
Thank you.
Is this a re-raising hand?
I mean, currently only 2 aces can beat you at the moment, so.
My feeling, Mike, is that she better make it a big re-raise. Number one, because Tony G,
80,000.
Okay. He's not likely to fold his hands pre-flop, and if you start playing a big pot out of position with him, it's not her best game. She could get herself in trouble.
Well, she has re-raised it to 80,000.
Doesn't matter.
If you win,
oh, come on, I've done it many times. Not to wait for me, but just go for it. Especially against.
Well, flop comes 10-8-3. Tony G had the 4 straight cards, the 4, 5, 6, 7.
And this actually a fairly good flop for Jennifer, right? 2 pairs, Mike?
It is a good flop for her. Not a good flop for Tony, in that even though a 9 would make him a straight here, you're fearful your opponent would have a higher straight if a 9 came out. They might have a Jack-Queen.
Oh, boy.
And a 9 comes off. Tony has made the straight.
Oh, boy. This is getting ugly.
Check, check.
Well, again, it's gone check, check. I'm sure Tony knows he's got the best hand right now. And the 5 of spade comes off.
Check.
Well, she is checked. Tony is going to bet.
Bet's 90,000.
I'm guessing she's going to call him a 2 pair here. She's not playing the 2 kings. She's playing 10s and 3s. That's her best hand. but it's not good enough to beat Tony straight.
I don't think I should have let so many cards come out. I should have bet the flop, right?
Had she bet the flop, she would have won this pot, I promise you.
Yeah. And then this is the danger with the re-raising before the flop, isn't it? You got to be prepared to follow through.
It's got 2 pounds.
No, I got a straight.
She does make the call, and she is paying the price for checking the flop. Rule number 1 in Omaha, you can't give your opponent a free card because it will come back to burn you many times. In this case, it burned Jennifer Tilley pretty badly.
Don't break rule number 1. Don't break it.
You know that feeling like sometimes you get scared, like...
You still got a lot of chips. You're still in second place.
You can't cheer me up now. The advantage of Tony obliterating me is there's no more chirpy Miss Tilly. That is going to be glum, depressed, not talkative Jennifer. Oh, it's hard to be me.
72 hands deep, and Mike, we are playing Omaha here. Just a reminder about the differences between Omaha and Hold'em. The betting's the same anyway, and the game's the same, but you get 4 cards in Omaha, and you have to use exactly 2 plus 3 from the board.
Well, that is the difference. You start with twice as many cards, but you must play 2 cards. In Hold'em, you can play 0, 1, or 2 cards, but in Omaha, you must play 2 from your hand and 3 from the board, and that's the key aspect of the game that you need to grasp.
Yes, unless you finish first and second exactly. But then, for sure, we all want you to be out first. No, that's not true.
Yeah, of course it is.
Absolutely not.
Well, there's 3 of us that say we want you out first, so how could it not be true?
I guess I'm helping you out with the calculation. If you let me win, then it's going to be easier for you tomorrow.
Keep it friendly.
I don't have to put up the best game.
Sounds like they're ganging up on Max. This is where the Premier League gets tough. This is where it starts to get dirty.
Jennifer now reaching for chips.
How much is that?
40,000.
How much
And
do you have there?
yeah, that's the one thing. Tony has gotten the sense, Mike, that Jennifer is...
40 more?
She does not want to play a big pot against him.
Make it 90.
Well, just look at her. She just looks uncomfortable sitting there. Tony's picked up on it. Well, she is going to be in jeopardy of going out in 4th place.
Yeah, he's going to be
gambling here.
You're right. He's going to be able to bet basically her stack on the river here, Mike, isn't he? If he chooses to.
It's a big pot brewing here.
Huge pot.
And I believe Tony G's just on a draw here. Flush draw, straight draw. He's hit it.
And the 9 comes off. Tony has made a flush. Made a straight and a flush with that card. But
He did have a big draw on the turn. He had the flush draw. He had a wrap to the straight. A complete wrap.
Well, Jennifer Tilley has made a straight on the river herself. So this could be a very costly card for Jennifer. She had 3 8s on the turn. She had the best hand. Now she's made a straight on the river.
Yeah, this is one of those Omaha situations you find yourself in. And he's actually made it quite cheap for her here. He really could have put the pressure on.
And he's made it cheap enough where she's going to call him, I'm sure.
Yeah.
She had 3 8s on the turn, the open-end straight draw. Tony just had a drawing hand.
Not a king high.
He's played that well, Mike, hasn't he? He recognized that she didn't have the nuts for some reason on the turn. He raised her, and he hit his draw.
But I had it all set up for a pot bet on the river.
Oh, I played so bad. I was going to pot you. I just didn't want to be out.
You did well. I was favorite.
You would call anyway if you put it.
That's what I was thinking. Of course I called.
This is the danger of Omaha in a pot limit game. You can get yourself involved, and it's tough to get away, Mike. Just have a look at these chip counts now. It's a virtual tie between 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Tony G's got like 2/3 of the chips in play.
He sure does.
I kept myself afloat by being in knit.
Over to Kara Scott with Tony G.
It's been a brilliant start to the PLO heat for you, Tony. It seemed like you came in really focused. What was the difference?
Well, I know I have to win, and I have to really get first or second to be alive. So that's what I'm trying to do, trying to take on the game and pushing hard, playing my best game. So it's going well so far, but it's a long way to go, and I need to win a few more big pots to get there. But I'm going to do everything I can to win it.
Can you give us some thoughts on the other players?
Yeah, there's been a bit of luck involved. I think everyone's kind of just trying to score as many points as possible, playing pretty tight. So it's been suiting me to just run the table, and everyone's happy for me to be the captain.
Great. Well, thank you very much, and good luck.
Thank you.
Welcome back to the Party Poker Premier League Mixed Game Championship from the Playboy Club, London. Our first pot limit Omaha match is underway, so let's head back to the action.
Pescatori playing such a big pot right here. Difference between second and fourth for him with the double up card, Mike. It's the difference between getting 4 points and 12 points. It's massive, massive.
Breaks his spirit, sends him home on his
Well, they don't want to see Tony G get these chips either, because if he doesn't come first or second today, he cannot possibly advance to the final. Now they're going to have to worry about him in heat number 3.
Yeah,
as he could go to the final as well now, even though he got 0 points or 2 points with his double up card in the first heat.
Yeah, I think that horse has left the barn. I don't think you can keep Tony G out of the 8 points here.
Going out. That's the problem. 5 call.
I would say it's very unlikely.
I'm playing what you call.
I'm not gonna look.
I call it what you call fear poker.
Who would you give the edge though for second place right now? Is it a toss up?
Believe it or not, I'd almost give it to Max.
Race to 30,000.
That's his plan. That's his goal, and he seems to know what he's doing.
Well, look at Tony G.
Call.
He has raised this pot with 9-7-5-4.
Just for fun, really.
Just knowing that they can't stand the heat. Even if he doesn't win the pot, he knows 2 of them will be crippled.
It is crucial.
You know, if one of these 3 doesn't flop the nuts, Mike, they're going to have a lot of trouble calling Tony G's pot bet because he's going to make it...
Jennifer Tilly should not even be involved in this pot. She has a very bad hand. And it's come King 9-7 with 2 diamonds. So Jennifer has flopped 2 kings with a diamond draw.
She can't call. She can't call a bet.
120.
Luke has 2 pair, 9s and 7s, and a 2-way straight draw. Notice an 8 would give him a straight, or a queen would give him a straight.
And Luke is in particularly good shape against Tony G.
Pass. Pass.
Now Jennifer's faced with a tough decision. She's got 2 kings and a diamond draw, even though it's a very petite diamond draw, the smallest diamond draw possible.
Yeah.
Now, Mike, if she could see Luke's cards, she would call because she's a favorite here. But against the range of hands he likely has here, she could be in very bad shape.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I don't know what to do. I'm such an idiot.
I'm ahead. Got redraws. So it should probably fold.
What kind of
He's trying. He wants her to. He does not want her to call.
Of course he doesn't.
Can I also...
Even though everything he said was true, he doesn't want her involved.
The pot is so big that even if you are behind, you're actually putting them in a
Now,
good spot.
you know, Mike,
So if you bet out first, that you're crushed.
this
You
is
wouldn't bet out
something that
first.
is generally not done. But Max Pescatori
I
feels
lay down
that
a
if
big
Luke
hand.
is allowed to try and
That's what
talk
I
her
promise you.
out of calling, he's going to be allowed to try and talk her into calling. I don't know what I think about that. But
Well, in my view, it's a little bit unethical on everybody's part to be commenting on the hands during the play of the hand.
Okay, if you have-
I really think it could affect the outcome of this result here.
He's making fun of you.
That was borderline.
What?
If you have a small flash draw, I wouldn't do it. That's for sure. No chance.
Honestly.
It's very borderline here. Very borderline. I know what you're saying, Mike.
I think
Well,
you're
Tony G
committed.
is just telling her to fold the small flush draw.
I honestly,
That you're crushed, and I think it's a bad
Flip a coin. That's
thing for him to
the best way.
say.
I think
That's
it's more
fair.
important for me to
And
get
Max
points.
doesn't care what she has. He wants her to call
Probably.
because he knows
Have
if
a
she
call.
calls,
You
there's a
don't get
chance
I'm pretty sure
that Luke or one of these
professional
players will
poker
go
player
out.
will fold here.
If you win, you don't
Look,
get
he's
points.
giving her the coin.
1,
He's-
2, 3.
You don't get points.
4,
He is the Italian
5. No, I'll be
pirate.
like, I'll get
2 points if I go out now.
I'll show you after that. I just think that you make me the fold, I'll show you.
No folding.
Alright, you gotta show your hand.
I definitely want my pound back if you
I laid down
king.
king.
I would have
Now,
kept it.
oh, now that Max has asked for the coin back. Now I'm not. Of all the things that have happened during this hand, taking the coin back could be, to me, the lowest of the
I mean, I
low.
wanted everyone to fold. What's the other ones?
I had a small flush draw, but I thought you probably had a bigger flush
I
draw.
was going there completely.
You guys are all playing against me. I think it's not fair.
No one's playing against you. Are we all playing against you?
Absolutely, it's obvious.
Alright, but Max, either way, whether you think that or not, yeah, he hasn't been doing anything like that. He's played every single hand, and just because he a couple of times
I
raised
know
your
you
blind
said
to
that
30,
already 3 times. I did hear you the first 3
So
times
then why
you
are you
said
still
it.
upset?
You're not gonna come.
I just think I need you to be out first. That's my best result. If you're out next,
I'm trying to convince you not.
I know that. I know that. But it's
In
not.
a nice manner.
I appreciate it. I love you a lot. You're nearly convincing me, you're making me feel bad and guilty, and then
I've
that's
played
your mind
every hand.
convinced.
I've showed heart and commitment in every hand, and they've re-raised me every
King,
hand.
5-8.
Well, when Max Pescatori looks down at these
This hand,
cards,
and I
Mike,
fold.
I imagine he's going to have to decide to go with this hand. I don't think he's got another
I
choice.
totally agree with you.
No, Max.
Got to play this hand. Kings and sixes double suited.
Pots.
He should just raise the pot. That's what he's doing.
Wow, he must have it.
You must
And-
have it. 52.
He's got like 5 aces triple suited.
Now that table talk right there,
Now, don't
while
tell me
funny,
like
is
2% of hands that don't call here.
I got a feeling Tony is going to try to crack him here. Oh boy.
Yeah, but I'm gonna have
Oh, yeah.
300,000 if you double me out.
And most likely I'm going to have to bet. Yeah, I will probably double because I'm going to try to bluff the pot if I qualify.
Tony's got the kind of hand that you want to play against 2 aces, which is what he assumes Max has. And
Right.
Instead, Max has got the kings, but
it is slightly deceiving though because Tony is about 85% certain that Max has got 2 aces,
Yeah.
and I think Tony might just bet this.
I see 2 bet 80,000.
It doesn't look like the kind of flop that'll have helped Max. As it turns out, he's got the blockers, so he will be fairly certain that Tony doesn't actually have a straight right now, Mike.
well, Tony's got an open-end straight draw and a pair.
Right.
But the worst flop you could ever imagine.
Max has gone
Now,
with
there
it.
you go.
And it was the 2 6s that did it for him, wasn't it, Mike? Or
Any of your cards. No, you're still
Well,
in
the
front.
blockers is the reason he put it in there.
9,000.
10-9. Yeah, you got.
he's got 2 backdoor flush draws. Have a look at the percentages. It's a flip. Is it? It's about a flip here, Mike.
Well, Tony's a slight favorite, actually.
Yeah.
Look, he can catch an 8, a 9, a 10, a jack, or a 6 to win this pot.
And if Pescatori holds, this game is going to change completely. This is Max Pescatori's biggest turn-in river of the tournament so far.
It's cut the hearts.
That was good for him.
A great card for him. He now has a flush draw.
Kill
It
me
kills.
with that hand now. Yeah.
I'll kill you. It's not even the river yet. You're already complaining. You can complain in about 10 seconds. Wait a sec. Wait 10 seconds. You can all complain together.
8, 9, 10, jack, queen, 6. It's not a heart.
10-9-6, queen jack, no red.
It's a black deuce.
unbelievable.
Max Pescatori has waited and waited and waited. He's played like a tortoise, and all of a sudden, he has finally doubled up, something he's been trying to do ever since this final table started here.
The Italian pirate. Now, this he has had everybody against him. Nobody has been on Max's side. He's been alone on his island, and it's paid off. It's paid off. He's the only guy happy right now at that table, and he doesn't care.
Well, I think Tony made a little mistake in that hand. I think he should have let out and bet the flop. Just moved in himself. If you're going to check and call, you might as well move in. There's a chance he might not have been called with 1 pair.
Max has got no redraw.
The mood has changed.
Oh, we've got action. Oh, I don't. Now I'm starting to be happy as well that Max doubled up.
Wait a second.
That's right, yeah. I just
Tempers are flying.
It's true.
It's points that are relevant here. Remember, the winner gets 8 points, the runner-up 6 points, 3 points to the 3rd place finisher, and 2 to the 4th place finisher. Now, in Max's case, all those points double because he's using his double-up card. You're allowed to use 1 double-up card in the 3 heats. He's chosen it in this heat, and that's why these players want him out. They don't want him getting double points with a good result here.
5 calls.
Don't deal the next time, please.
Well, we got a flop here, and you know, from what we've seen,
C5 check, C2 check.
Tony G is going to play very, very careful, very cagey.
Well, he's flopped the top and bottom pair. He's got aces up. And he's checking. Jennifer just made 3 9s on the turn.
Right.
She is taking the lead.
40,000.
And this is where being careful can get you in trouble, Mike.
The only way Tony can actually win this pot is to catch an ace on the river, as the cards lie.
This could very well upset him if he calls this. He's thinking he can't fold. I think he can fold, actually.
And it could fold. The question is, he doesn't know if he wants to win the pot or not.
Two calls.
Boy, if it comes a 4, we are going to have a ball game.
Well, a 5 comes off.
Great card for Jennifer. She knows it.
Jennifer has 9s full of 5s.
And that Tony's 4 doesn't play, Mike. Is that right? He plays the ace and the king to make aces and 5s with a king. Jennifer, of course, plays the 2 9s with the 9-5-5 to make a full house.
And I don't see him calling this.
70,000.
He probably doesn't want to win the pot, believe it or not, anyway. Would rather have Jennifer have chips.
His hand at this stage now can only beat a bluff, isn't that right? I mean, I know he's got a strong ace, but Jennifer wouldn't be betting a weaker ace. She would only be betting a stronger hand than he's got for value. She could be bluffing.
If you win it.
Even if she had aces and 9s, she probably wouldn't bet when the board paired 5s. She's going to show 9s full and win this pot.
And Tony G is slipping the king.
A feed.
A what?
A feed.
What's that?
Feed you up.
Yeah.
Feed your chips back.
Yeah, my chips were feeling a little anorexic.
He's giving her oxygen.
I thought you were going to have a break. You didn't want a break? You're doing fine, thank you. Very nice. Doing very well.
Yeah, a little backhanded compliment to the dealer there.
So I think she's doing great.
She's continued to lose pot after pot while she's in the box.
And look at Tony G. He got all the way up to 1.2 million in chips. This last 500,000, Mike, he's been dipping. And this is in an effort to knock Pescatore out. That mission is not going well. That mission is not going well at all.
It's points that are relevant here. Remember, the winner gets 8 points, the runner-up 6 points, 3 points to the third place finisher, and 2 to the fourth place finisher.
2 hands out.
Now, in Max's case, all those points double because he's using his double-up card.
Like a flush.
You're allowed to use 1 double-up card in the 3 heats. He's chosen it in this heat, and that's why these players want him out. They don't want him getting double points with a good result here.
Yeah, exactly. Come out with it. We play with 3 points only. What kind in the middle?
C5 raised to 40,000. C6 back.
Tony's got the aces.
You'll start again the next heat at 7 tonight, right? If we finish at
The
3.
ace is double suited, as we say.
What do you do? What is he going to do?
80.
Well, he's going to re-raise it here.
C2 raised to
Is that fair
80,000.
what he's doing now?
Who?
Tony's re-raised
We
pre-flop.
cannot talk during the hand.
But is it fair?
Now, Jennifer
We cannot talk during the
may want to see a flop with this hand, even though she's got a dangler, as we call it, 1 card that's just not helping her at all. That's the 6 of spade here. It's Queen Jack 10-6, but she's going to call and see a flop.
C5 calls.
It's a very strong hand that Tony has. They call him the aces double suited, Mike.
Yep, very strong, and here he's flopped the nut flush draw. But notice she's flopped the nut straight.
Oh, yeah.
Jennifer Tilley has made the best hand possible on the flop. She's got the queen high straight.
And I do believe Tony G might actually hit the roof. There's a good chance that Tony G hits the roof at the end of this hand.
Well, Tony's made the call with the nut flush draw. He must catch a heart to win this pot. Five of diamonds on the turn.
And she's going to bet big. She is going to bet big.
Well, she's got the best hand possible. And no, I don't think he can call. He just can't afford to give up more chips.
Double suited.
Take a break. Are you just going to keep on playing?
C2, right.
So Jennifer Tilly flopping the best hand possible and punishing Tony G. And with that hand, she has taken the chip lead at this final table.
What goes up must come down. Tilly has burst his bubble.
There's a lot of blocks involved.
It's your fault. Your stupid king's held.
Might as well just like blind out. There's no chance to win.
Mike, I think the strategy is too much for him. A couple times now, I think he's really been unclear how to play his hand the best, and it's very complicated.
Well, he has come back just in case Max gets involved in a pot.
Right.
He's going to have to try to take him out.
Not a chance. I'll bet you. I'll give you 10-1 that you lose.
Seat 5 pass.
Oh, and this could be the hand here.
Seat 6 raised to 35,000.
Tony
Well,
G's
Tony's
very
just gonna sit out.
frustrated. Very frustrated.
The other one because I didn't.
Yeah.
At least
Seat
that one
2
was,
has folded. I'm going to have to expose these cards.
It's not like I want to have an advantage.
Pescatori's going to have 2 aces.
Sorry, can you tell me exactly? Because now it's kind of important.
He's going to go up against Schwartz. Schwartz might take him on just for the chance of knocking him out. Oh boy, that's a big hand.
Well, aces and tens double suited. You're going to see the raise here, folks. I don't care who's got to take out who. Max is not throwing this hand away.
112,000.
He's going to bet 112,000. Believe it or not, Luke has the kind of hand that can take 2 aces out. He knows Max has got the 2 aces.
112.
And I think he has to gamble this hand, like it or not.
All right. 112 total.
112 total.
So he doesn't raise him all in before the flop. He's going to have to catch some part of the flop to continue. So he's not risking all his chips here.
It had to come down to this gamble. This is it. Is it Pescatori or is it Schwartz? Pescatori's definitely the favorite here, but not by as much as you might think. Oh, that's a huge flop for Schwartz!
Unbelievable.
That's a huge flop for Schwartz!
He's got the complete wraparound straight and the flush draw.
This is unbelievable! He's a favorite. He has to be a favorite. He has to be a massive favorite here.
It's just incredible how things have turned around here.
Look at those odds, Mike. He's a 71% favorite on this flop.
Look at this hand. If I brick this, I mean,
you couldn't have flopped a bigger hand for Luke Schwartz here unless you'd have flopped the straight itself.
But it's not over yet. It is not over yet.
I had to call this raised pre-flop. This is so
a
big
6,
everyone.
a 7.
Well, Tony G is all of a sudden coming back to life.
That's a brick! And it's given Max a flush draw.
Unreal.
And that kills a lot of Luke's cards.
He's now a dog.
6, 7, 10. 6, 7, 10, Jack.
Give him a nice
Max is my favorite
6, 7, 10, Jack, Queen, Heart. 6, 7, 10, Jack, Queen, Heart. 6, 7, 10, Jack, Queen, Heart. 6, 7, 10, Jack, Queen, Heart.
Max has done it. Unbelievable.
Twice there. It's like unbelievable.
Look at the Italian pirate.
Well,
look at that flop that Luke has just bricked off. That's Omaha for you in a nutshell right there.
We'll be back with more action from the Playboy Club London as the Party Poker Premier League Mixed Game Championship continues after the break. Welcome back from the Playboy Club in London. The Party Poker Premier League has expanded with the creation of the Mixed Game Championship. 12 great players are competing in 3 different disciplines to find out who is the best of the best. Back over to the table.
Not only more points, but also the
Blinds going to 10 and 20,000 with 3 players left, and Jennifer Tilly's got nearly $1 million in chips. But think about this in terms of how many points the players have, Mike. And James Dempsey, even though he's out 6th, he's still got 16 points and will likely be the leader after this heat. Gianetti's got 7, Schwartz has 6, and there's a couple still up for play.
Yep, and it's all about the points. That's how the top 3 players reach the finals. After the 3 preliminary rounds, the top 3 point getters advance to the finals.
And with Max Pescatori playing his double-up card here. He had 3 from the last heat, so he'll have a minimum of 6 points today if he gets third, but he could get as many as 16 more if he gets first. That's a big swing, and the players are aware of that.
Well, it would virtually put him through to the final for sure if Max wins this tournament today. In fact, even if he comes second, he's pretty much almost a slam dunk to get to the final.
Okay, check it. Keep it friendly.
Tony G's checked in the dark and said, let's keep it friendly. He's actually flopped 2 kings here. And Jennifer's flopped 3 threes. She's got bottom pair and a flush draw. Just a great flop for Jennifer here.
And when you do play the 3-3-4-8, I mean, you cannot do better than this. Let's be honest.
Well, Tony.
What is Tony doing?
Virtually drawing dead here.
Very serious, very composed. I hope you putter on turn. Should putter in the dark.
Should pot it in the dark. That wouldn't be too wise. The best card he could catch, giving him 3 kings. When I say the best card for his hand, but in truth, the worst card, because Jennifer already has a full house, and I don't see Tony getting away from this hand.
Call.
Tony needs to catch a 6, 5, deuce, or a king to win this pot. Nothing else will do.
And I'm not 100% sure that Tony has thought this through, Mike. I mean, the call on the flop was not one he needed to make in the first place.
He could catch a club and win it. Look at this.
Oh, my gosh.
Tony G has made 4 kings in this pot. He is going to win this pot with quads.
Can't do anything.
Jennifer has to think about this. It doesn't happen often, but her hand is now actually losing to any pocket pair, Mike.
Correct.
She cannot beat anything. That is a terrible bet, I think, Mike. I think that's not a good bet.
It's not a good bet at all.
It's not even a great bluff for it. It's a bluff, and it's not a great time for her to make a bluff, is it?
No.
Because
she should have just checked it down here. Like
you know, he either
have
had
to raise it.
Yeah, well, yeah, he has to.
Does he want to raise it that much? And Jennifer does go away when Tony raised it on the river, but it was a bad river bet by her. But she was very unlucky to lose that pot.
She was unlucky.
Tony had to catch 2 runners to win it.
What?
I think she was something like 80% on the flop, and well, the 10-to-1 shot came through. Why did he call that pot on the flop?
I kept firing.
Incredible.
I should have just called. I just didn't think.
It is very, very difficult to play a low variance, low volatility game in Omaha. Pescatori has managed it well.
Well, he's limped in and called.
This is another one of those spots, Mike, where Tony G, you had recommended before, he should be trying to raise these pots to just increase the volatility, try and get Max in a gambling situation.
Pot, she said.
How much is that?
Well, she bet the pot. Tony's going to make the call here.
Wow.
And now Max is faced with a decision.
Well, he might just pass and just hope they play a big one. $60,000 is a lot. What do you think?
Well, it is a lot. I think he knows what's going on. That they're just raising it because he's in the pot. And he's counting up how many chips he'll have left if he makes this call and doesn't hit a flop.
I kind of think it was going better for him the other way. I'm not sure his hand is strong enough, Mike. You know, the kind of flops he needs to hit to stick his chips in, most times it's going to be some kind of flush draw or something.
Yeah, he's going to have to hit spades to continue. And
he's going for it.
He is going for it.
He is. And if it comes spades, just 2 spades, and Pescatori gets in, we could have a gamble on our hands.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Right. The deuce 4. Is that going to play?
Well, the flop comes king 10-9 with 2 hearts. Jennifer, of course.
She has the nut flush draw.
Has the nut flush draw. Tony G has a straight draw. But Max Pescatore has a gut shot straight draw. Jack would give him the best hand possible.
Check.
240.
And
240,000.
Yeah.
he's going to try and freeze Max, if nothing else.
Well, Tony's got a flush draw as well. A straight flush draw at that.
The thing is, Jelly might call him. She could knock him out. She could knock him out.
Wow, that's incredible. She's got the nut flush draw, but she has 3 hearts in her hand.
Right, right.
Which is counterproductive, of course.
And she's called.
21.
She's just called.
Now,
doesn't move in on him. This is extraordinary.
Mike, what if it comes the Queen of Hearts? What if Tony G makes the straight flush and Jennifer makes the nut flush and moves all in?
This is the best for you.
Well, Max cannot believe what's happening here. Jennifer doesn't have a clue, I don't think.
She loves it if she wins, so for sure.
Tony G's got to check here.
He does. And the other,
and she checked also. And he better hope a heart doesn't come up.
Look at Tony's face. Oh my gosh.
And the Jack of Diamonds comes up. Tony G has made 2 pair. He has the best hand.
Max would have made the nuts. Pescatore would have made the nut hand with the ace queen.
But he can't call a bet. If she moves in, he can't call it.
No.
It's gone check. Tony G is going to win the pot.
See both. What do you check?
And had she bet at any time, Tony G could not have called her, period. End of story.
That is such an amazing dynamic, Mike. If she was thinking about that, she would have known that Tony G,
He had a flush
he
draw.
couldn't have called. He had to fold the nuts there. I think if you go back and think about it, there was a couple of times when Tony played pots with Jennifer that he probably shouldn't have.
Yeah,
Probably shouldn't have. I mean, I know he had the nuts, but still.
I'll gamble with that. That's one out of 6 chances for me to win.
60.
Yeah.
Well, Tony has the worst hand you could possibly have here. He's just hoping Max would come into the pot here.
He's hoping either Max comes into the pot or Jennifer doubles through him. Right now.
Well,
right now, Tony.
Max has come into the pot. And if Jennifer's smart, she'd just move in right here, right now.
Yeah, right, sure.
Just to try to get a hold of some chips. She doesn't have that good of a hand, as you can see.
Oh, why would you do that?
And she just calls.
No, if she raised it, she get a heads up. That's what I'm saying. If you raise it,
Why would you get it?
Well, of course I
Why
would.
would you do that?
Don't you think it was there? Because you have to fold 100%.
I was gonna pot it. No, because it's 1 chance out of 6 anyway.
Anyway.
Again, he's flopped 3 queens, Max Pescatore. It's come king, queen, 8.
I think Tony has to get all his chips in here. I do, Mike. Max is. I don't know if Max can call if Tony pots it here. I know he's got 3
gonna
queens.
call. He's got
With
3
a flush
queens.
draw, he could get knocked out if he's up against a flush draw.
Well,
60.
2 bet 60.
You said one crazy hand.
Yep.
This is crazy.
I don't see Max going anywhere with 3 queens here.
And if he goes all in, Tony's problem is he's drawing dead, basically.
Yeah, but he just calls. He's fearful, of course, that Tony would call him with a straight draw or a flush draw. He's just hoping that she comes in the pot as well, but she's gone out.
Now the thing is, Mike, if it comes anything, you know, a straight card, a flush card.
There it is.
Tony has to bet now, doesn't he?
Check.
He has to bet the pot.
Yes, he does. If he would bet the, yep, that's what he's doing.
Bet 150,000.
He's betting 150,000. Now Max could jeopardize an unbelievable play by Tony G right there. He made 2 pair on the turn, but
he was drawing dead.
Bottom 2.
Drawing completely dead. That was an incredible situation.
Well, I'm gonna say
Tony
goodbye
G
now
knew
because
that unless he had the nut flush, he could not call any more money there.
Lovely playing
And
with you 2 gentlemen.
It's not going to matter because Jennifer
I learned a
down
lot.
to
I had a few laughs
70,000
along the
in
way.
chips. And you know the funny thing, Tony's got 1.3 million. Jennifer's got 70,000. He would trade positions with her in a heartbeat. She has got a better chance of making the final table, Mike, than he does.
Yeah.
The Premier League Mixed Game Championship continues after the break.
Welcome back, where Max Pescatore is the only one at the table with his double-up card in play. Mike Sexton and myself looking on to get down to the table.
Yeah.
If you re-raise that pot, I make it pot. You get a free roll on that money.
Right.
That's what was all set up for you. He can't play.
I think actually I would have played, and then you probably would have been
That Tony should raise probably no matter what here, right?
16.
If Jennifer...
Okay, it's 30.
I'm all in.
5 all in.
And Tony has to re-raise.
I raised the pot.
70,000.
I raised the pot.
You're exactly right. A very nice strategy bet by Tony G right here. Max has a nice playable hand in Omaha, but because of the situation, he could play the hand anyway for the flop. He knows Jennifer's all in. She's going to be out if she doesn't win the pot. So he could maybe make a call here.
It is interesting.
But
it's a very strange situation.
It is very interesting.
It's a strange situation. So you're thinking that Max Pescatore, he could call this, knowing that if he hits a really big flop, Jennifer's likely to be out, and he's going to have a chance to actually win if he can.
Recognize that if Tony would bust both of them in this hand, he would get the higher position because he started the pot with more chips than she did.
Right.
So he would get the second place finish that he's looking for.
Right.
But assume that doesn't happen, and Jennifer wins the pot, and Tony beats him in the other pot. Now he's out in third place.
80%.
I think he has to fold because of that.
On this hand as well.
But if you win, if you beat both of us, then it's good.
Pescatore is saying there's a little sense about what he's saying in that he's gone all in.
Wow!
Oh my gosh! Tony G's now got a chance.
That's the worst situation in my mind. The worst thing he could do. He could actually go out in third place the way he's played this hand.
Max! Oh my gosh!
Against me since the beginning.
How much is that?
115,000 more.
Okay, let's do total. 300, 355.
I think you're insane. Completely wrong. And with that hand?
Wow, that's a good hand.
300.
I've got the blocker.
5-7.
If Tony G wins the pot, he'll be the champion, but Max will be the second place finisher.
That's amazing. There is a situation where Max could win the side pot against Tony G, and Jennifer wins, and in that case, Max is probably still in good shape.
If you bust his hand now, for example.
Who cares? I'm second.
And I'm just going to do the side pot.
King's there.
There's a king right in the flop. And now it's come ace, king, 5.
And Jennifer's got the flush draw.
No, that would be best nothing. Why?
Tony's got 2 pair, and Jennifer's got the flush draw.
This is absolutely, if a club comes off, Max would finish in third place right here, most likely.
This is unbelievable.
He can't believe
If you
it.
win, get a 5 and get it over with.
This is unbelievable.
I'll take it.
Well, an ace comes off.
Now you're winning.
Oh,
yes.
Well, now
Max is winning.
Yeah,
he's got aces and kings with a queen kicker.
Club.
No outs.
So now there is no outs.
Tilly's got outs.
Do something.
And
There you go. Max Pescatore has won this pot. He was in dire jeopardy on the flop.
He sure was.
And hit a joker on the turn.
He sure did.
That would have been incredible. Tony could have won the side pot, Jennifer the main pot, and Max out in third place.
You know, Tony's not that upset. I mean, he did have a chance, and now Jennifer out in third. And
Oh, it's going to do the other side.
what a gamble Pescatore took.
She does not let me win one hand. It's incredible. Well done.
Did I mention that you're beautiful?
Every hand you got me.
No fear. No fear, Max. I saw it from the beginning.
And
when I
Tilly,
never played a hand.
out in third, still is going to be in this.
With 3 points and a double-up card still to play, will you be watching the end of this matchup with interest?
Yes, I think I'm going to be following it. Obviously, I'm rooting for Tony to win, but I don't know. I think Max is on a roll, so yeah, it's. I think if Max wins, I'm going to have a real uphill battle to try and make it to the final table tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll be seeing you using your double-up card, obviously, in the last heat, the pot limit hold'em. So will that change your strategy at all? Because you do have to go all out for a win.
Yeah, well, I think definitely. I think the thing today, which sort of crippled my game a little bit, is that after I started getting short stacked, instead of trying to win, I was trying to come in second. And I think there are a couple times where I folded, where I should have gone all in. And I think that I just was playing a little more cautiously than I should have.
So the count is 970 to 830 right now. This is a hand you're going to play short-handed for sure. And Max does raise it.
150.
Yeah, and I think Tony's decided that his best chance of getting Max involved is to make the pots big pre-flop. I kind of concur with his assessment, Mike.
Yeah.
He's not going to play the small ball game. Is Pescatori's game, and Tony's going to be way better at the big pot game, or if not better, at least have a better chance.
Well, Tony's got 2 10s. He's got the double suited cards.
I'm sorry.
He just doesn't want overcards to come up and hit the board.
No, and he doesn't mind hitting nothing as long as Max misses 2, because G's going to be firing this flop.
And there is an ace and a queen both. Just a horrendous flop.
Yeah, he's in trouble. He does have a two-way straight draw, Mike. He does have a two-way straight draw.
And I think he's got a gamble here.
He is. He needs a 9 or a king.
Or a 10. Would give him the lead as well. He would have 3 of a kind.
Right, the backdoor flush.
The odds say he's 40% here, which he taking a heartbeat. He is not no more.
It's over.
100% success rate.
Wow.
Max first card off fills him up, just like the ace came a minute ago on the turn. The dream card for him when he busted Jennifer Tilly out of the tournament. And a queen. How is Max Pescatori running?
She has not missed.
He hit twice here.
670.
How tough has Pescatori been on the all-ins, Mike? 100%. He's.
God, I have not won one hand when you're all in.
Yes. I think Pescatori has been all in with cards to come in Omaha 5 times in this match.
Well, it goes without saying, if you don't win every all-in, you're out of the tournament. So
that's true.
Obviously, he has won every all-in because here he is.
That's true. But they've been dicey. They have been dicey, you have to say.
It's very normal. She's extremely consistent. Oh, she's
pretty sad. Yeah, this has been a tournament, this mixed game championship, Mike, of the double up card. Every heat has been won by a player playing their double up card.
Well, I hope the string continues because I'm playing mine the next heat.
Wish you luck. Wish you luck.
All in, 150.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay.
Tony G didn't have many chips, and he stuck them straight in here. And he's not feeling very positive. It'll all be about this first double up, that's for sure.
Well, a great flop for Tony G right there.
Open-ended.
You got 3 pair, right? Yeah.
2 pair. 3 pair if it comes an ace on the turn.
Yeah, Tony G needs to make a straight, a 10 or a jack.
Jack's not good for me.
Let's put a 4 so we can just get over it. That's a bad card.
Well, a 6 comes right up.
It's still in front, you're right, I'm sorry.
Pescatori's still in the lead.
9s and 4s are going to win the pot.
What do you have?
So Max Pescatori has won this heat.
9-4. Very nice. How consistent?
I'll tell you what, you got to give this man a lot of credit, Mike, and you're right. Pescatori,
thank you.
He had played